Let's take a minute to hear a word from our sponsor, Scream's Halloween Theme Park. Now, let's join our host, John Paul Dineen, in the studio with this week's Ag Report.
Howdy, folks. Welcome to this week's Ag Report. So this week, we've got a special guest with us, Jason Fear-neyhough, who is the Deputy Ag Commissioner with the Texas Department of Agriculture. We're going to be talking about a program that the Texas Department of Agriculture, along with the Southwest Center for Ag Safety, are kind of working together on. And this program is going to be helping and offering different links and accessibility to different things that hopefully producers need. It's basically dealing with, especially in the last 2 years, between the pandemic, between trade issues, between shipping issues, ongoing things like that, price fluctuations. We've had our input prices, fertilizers, things like that, triple in the last 90 days. Excessive rainfall, all that equals up to a lot of stress, a lot of mental anguish on the part of producers, whether you're a cattle producer and you couldn't sell your cattle in 20 because the market's kind of broke and nobody wanted cattle because nobody was working at that time, that kind of stuff. So, Jason, I really appreciate you joining with us. Can you kind of share us a little bit about what this program kind of looks like? And we're going to be holding, one of the first producer meetings to have firsthand feedback in Waxahachie on November 1st.
Absolutely, John Paul. Thank you so much for the opportunity to visit with you and all the folks out there. We are really excited about it. You laid out a bunch of reasons that cause stress and have in the last couple of years for agriculture families and individuals themselves. And all of us that are in agriculture, we like to pride ourselves on being individuals and tough and all of those things, but sometimes it just gets too much to bear, even for the toughest of us, and our hope is that, in any time when somebody finds himself in a situation, whether it's from external things or, just internal strife, that there's an opportunity. We've wanted to build an opportunity for farmers and ranchers to be able to reach out and try and find some help. And Commissioner Miller has been just a stalwart in his effort to get this done since he came into office, actually, almost 7 years ago now. But we had an opportunity. We worked with the rural hospitals, and you mentioned the couple of team players that we have. And with this program, we got a $500,000 grant from USDA and to help with develop the Farm and Ranch Stress Network. I think I'm missing it. Stress Assistance Network is what it's called. So $500,000. And there's several different components to that, John Paul. There's we'll be working with individuals that are out in they're healthcare providers now, mental health care providers now. We're going to be getting them some training. They're going to be manning phone lines for us for people to call in. There's going to be a hotline, but we're also doing some on the ground training with folks to deal with some of these things and have an understanding of what it may be that a farmer or rancher is coming into their practice to talk to them about. And so we're kind of coming at a couple different angles. Somebody, if somebody is in crisis mode, to be able to reach out and call someone, and we're building up that phone call line now. And then, as we get into it, some more help that's a little more in depth with some counseling and helping people get through some tough times, whatever that might be.
Right. And this first meeting, a lot of it is to ask these producers that we're inviting. So if you're hearing this and you'd like to come find out more about it, there will be information from the Waxahachie Sun where you can RSVP. We're going to be having that meal at 6 p.m. at Cancun's restaurant in Waxahachie. But the point of that is to directly ask some of those producers, hey, this is kind of the message. This is kind of where we're going, and make sure that it is received correctly. It's some firsthand feedback from those producers.
Absolutely. I think that's a wonderful thing, John. We've got to know what it is that is going to help the most. And that's exactly, we want to be able to insert ourselves and insert the help where people need it the most. And I'm proud of you for having this opportunity. I'm proud that there's going to be just reaching out to the people that we're hoping to help down the road.
Right.
So you're right. We need to know what their issues are and where they can really, really benefit. That's where we want to focus.
I appreciate y'all's efforts, appreciate Commissioner Miller's efforts. And, these are important things. I've been farming full-time 30 years, and I can tell you firsthand, it's agriculture is the best profession, life, career, whatever you want to call it, that you can have. There is such a joy that you get from doing that. But on the other side of it, there are stresses. When you see that radar coming through with all that purple, meaning hail coming through, and you've got a wheat crop that's about ready, or like this field I'm standing in, it was a wheat crop. It should have been harvested in June. We didn't get harvested until August because of all the excessive rain we had this year. That weighs on you. That's hard because you're losing income, you're losing quality. I've had large amounts of hay burned from arsons, theft, all different kinds of stuff. And as yourself and Commissioner Miller has been such a help to us at the memorial over the years. A lot of times there is a more than just a monetary cost to the production of your food and fiber. And this is kind of one of those areas that we get, help for those producers, whether it's some counseling if they're having stressful times, because as a producer, you may have friends that work, in town and things like that. And they really, they try to understand what you're going through. But there's certain things and certain stresses that unless you're an actual producer, you just truly don't understand. I mean, you can feel for them, but unless you've actually been there, it's hard to kind of understand the weight and the burden sometimes. And again, that's where, y'all have helped us for years at the memorial, that ultimate cost that sometimes is in your food and fiber where you've lost a loved one or a son or a daughter, like we have. And so, this whole program, I think, can just be a way for producers to connect, hopefully be able to share some of, their stresses that maybe they don't feel like they can share with somebody. And, we all like to think that, we can handle it. We can do this. And, maybe we have a hard time telling our neighbors, that we're really having a hard time with it. Maybe this is an avenue for it. So appreciate y'all's efforts putting this together. Again, this first meal will be in Waxahachie, November the 1st, 6 p.m. at Ken Cooden's Restaurant. Please RSVP if you're liking to come. The meal's going to be provided. There's no cost to you. Not trying to sell anything. There's nothing to buy. This is truly a connection event to hear responses from the producers on there. So there will be an email that the Sun will have that you can reply to. We hope to see you there. And Jason, we appreciate yourself. We appreciate the Commissioner Miller, appreciate the staff, the efforts that they're working. We also want to thank Southwest Ag Center for what they're doing. Shelby helping out on their side. So we appreciate it. Anything else that you'd like to add?
Oh, John Paul, I think you covered it all. I think it's, as you mentioned, just trying to, there's a lot of people that can sympathize with somebody when they're going through a hard time, but our hope here is that we can help build people that can actually empathize with folks as they're going through some of the unique situations. So I think it's a wonderful opportunity to help take care of each other. And I hope everybody gets involved in this and really takes advantage of what's out there.
Yes, sir. Very good point and good words. Y'all take care now.